lovelies! Today is part 3 of overcoming depression, and today we're going to be talking about detoxification, cleansing, and decluttering. This is going to be so beneficial for your mental health, so stay tuned and subscribe and put the notification bell on. The first thing we're going to talk about today is decluttering, because this is probably the easiest one to kind of start with. And that's really like starting to declutter your house. You can start as small as like a drawer, and every week or every day or every month you can do one more drawer or one more room or one more area, and just start small and have a schedule for it. Make a schedule for it even. That is a great way also to be accountable for what you're going to be doing as well, and focus on what gives you joy. So if something isn't giving you joy, or is, if you're not really vibing with the item that you're looking at or you're holding, just like ask yourself, do I really want this? Maybe, no, yes. You can have piles, yes, no, and maybe, and like sort throughout like that. And then you can also have like a giveaway pile, a throw out pile, just to kind of, figure out and organize what things you want and what things you don't want. Like you could first do the yes, no, maybe, and then if you have the no's, you can say, okay, do I want to donate it, or do I not? Does it need to be thrown out? So you can organize it like that. And it's about really like having a sense and a feel for it, and saying, okay, do I really use this? Do I really wear this? Do I, like there's some clothes that you can have for years upon years and upon years, and is there a sentimental value to it? Is that why you're keeping it? Okay, fine, keep it. If not, why are you holding on to it? What's the reason that you're holding on to it? Like, think about it like that. This tool to do is very important actually, because it's about letting go. It's letting go of the baggage. It's like symbolic. It's kind of letting go of the baggage, and mentally and emotionally that can really affect us when we feel like in our environment that we're holding on to the things that we don't need anymore. So it's about letting go of the baggage and being able to clear that, and be empowered by it, and feel better and have positive emotions, because we're actually clearer in our mind and more focused and less overwhelmed. Like when things are cluttered, it can be stressful, it can be overwhelming. So it's important to just be able to clear the clutter. Even at your desk, if you work at home, or if you live in your car, if you live in a van, whatever environment you live in, it's important to also be doing that as well, and that will really help you. It's also important to get some help if it's too overwhelming for you. You can get professional help, cleaners, if you don't have anyone who you can ask, or you can ask someone to help you. If you just want support online, you can ask people to support you online while you're doing it. There's multiple different ways. So even if you feel alone and you live alone, there's always ways that you can find help to help support you in decluttering and helping you. And also really reward yourself when you do it, like a drawer, and reward yourself with healthy things though. And with good options like a bath or a massage, anything that will bring you joy. Tool 2. Today, we're also going to look at how you can cleanse your environment as well. Energy cleansing your house as well. Not just decluttering, but also cleansing the area as well, because that's also good. So there is a lot online of how to do that. So I'm not going to get too much into it, but I do want to say one of the best ways is sage, and also other herbs if you don't want to use sage. basically all you have to do is set an intention that you want all the negative energy to clear, any negative energy, any negative imprints, and just clear the area and say thank you, it is done, it's done, it's done, and just clear the area and just go around and set that intention. And it's good to keep the doors and windows open while you're doing this so the energy can leave. So just cleanse all the area, in the house, each room, go around. And you can also do this with yourself, cleansing for yourself, because that's another way that you also need to cleanse yourself as well, not just your house but also yourself. So kind of focus on the chakra areas. So there's a lot of tools online to do this, but that's one of my suggestions. If you get some crystals around your house as well, that can be good. And wearing crystals, I have some crystals that I'm wearing as well. Black tourmaline is really good for negative energy. Also a black obsidian, it's good to also clear those crystals before you use them as well. You can also use salt lamps, because salt lamps can be really good as well for the house. And also for cleansing your body, you can use Epsom salts in a bath for yourself, and literally just put Epsom salts in the bath, and you can put Himalayan salt and a nice relaxing bath, and really cleanse your energy that way, and set the intention also that it's cleansing and clearing any negative energy as well. So that's a good idea as well of what you can do. You can also imagine clearing your energy. So like imagine that all the negative energy and anything around you is just being sent to the light. Just imagine it come flowing out of your body, out of the top of your head and into the light, and then set attention while you're doing it. So the times to be doing this is like if you're having a bad day or in a funky mood, or like you're sick, or after you're sick, or if you've had an argument or a breakup, or you're transitioning in your life, it's a good time to think about cleansing and doing that. Also, it can be good if you're feeling stuck or anything as well, to clear it and kind of move that energy as well. Now, number 3, the third tool, is we're going to be talking about detoxing thoughts, right? We've talked a lot about thoughts, and the second episode, if you haven't seen it, you need to go see it, because that will help you a lot with dealing with thoughts. But today is going to be a bit different. So detoxing thoughts is all about working now. Last episode we talked about observing the thoughts, and working through the thoughts and trying to work on it. But today we're going to have some tools to maybe sometimes stop the thoughts, to change our belief systems surrounding the thoughts, to help us come up with helpful things to say as well. So the first area that we're going to talk about is how do we want to stop thoughts sometimes. So I like sometimes to just, if I'm going down a negative spiral of thoughts, I like to go like, and not on my hands usually. I usually do it on like the table, like stop, and I just say stop, or I come up with another word, or halt or anything. So not too harsh, not too aggressive, just, you also want to be compassionate, but just stop. So your brain just, you lose focus, or you just hit the table. You don't even have to say stop, because you've changed your focus to hitting the table, or just focusing on something else for a moment. It's kind of like the mindfulness of like going to, that we talked about last episode. It's like going to look at a certain object, or thinking about someone you love, or imagining where you want to be right now. That's a way to like halt the thoughts and stop the thoughts for a brief period, and that can help. And then we go on to thinking about, okay, how can we shift these thoughts? So one way is that I like to do is that if I have a negative thought, I counteract it with at least one positive thought, and 2 is also much more beneficial as well. So say I'm saying, oh my god, I have so much things to do, I need to get them done, I say, okay, stop, Olivia, breathe, and I say, how can I feel better about this? what can I do that will make me feel better? And I know I will get all of this done. I will get all of this done. I don't need to be stressed. I I have got all of this done. I feel good that I've got all of this done, and I am feeling empowered by it, and I can relax. It is safe to relax. And just positive thoughts, and just catch yourself. Like I said in the last video, observe when you're going into a negative spiral and stop, and then say some positive things to yourself and counteract that. Because the thing is also with depression is that because we're thinking so many negative thoughts all the time, we're attracting more negative experiences in our lives. So it's about really stopping attracting that, and really thinking that, like, our minds are really powerful, and what we're attracting really matters. And if we keep thinking all these negative thoughts, all we're attracting is more negative things. So if we halt and we learn how to halt those thoughts and say good things, then we're going to attract more good things into our lives. So it's about really managing our thoughts, and that can be, sometimes that can be hard to do, but the next step would then also be working on belief systems, because belief systems can even counteract a lot of that as well. Because I know after a lot of the belief systems I've done, I have much less negative thoughts than I did before starting working on my belief systems. So it's really wanting to work on changing those belief systems. And one of the ways you can do that is really digging deep, and there's lots of tools online, and I might have a separate video about this later on, but the overall picture is like digging deep. Say you're stuck in a situation, right? What's the worst thing about that? Why and how? And when did that first happen in your life? And then what was the worst thing about that, and why and how? And really dig deep into really finding, until you can't come up with an answer of what the worst thing is, or why that was, or how you were feeling, and come up with that, and then really figure out what your belief when it first happened was, and then you want to write that down, and you want to find evidence to disprove that thought or that belief system with at least two reasons. And if you need time, like, take a day and think about it, but you need to come up with at least 2 reasons of why that's not true, and then also come up with a new belief. Say it's I'm not enough, and instead of that it's I am enough. And you can use 2 other ones, and you can find, and I want you to find this time 3 evidence of why that's true. And if it takes time, I still want you to find it. And everywhere you go, I want you to, at least for one day, after you've come up with the 3 reasons of the evidence, I want you to all day look for those proof of evidence, and at least for even a week to do that. And that will really help you shift those beliefs. And I want you to then make affirmations out of those beliefs, out of the new belief, and the only affirmations that you believe in, though. If you don't believe them, it won't work. If you do believe them, then it will. If you don't believe that you're powerful, for example, then say I am strong, if you believe you're strong, or if you believe you have strength. Work it like that. And that's just a few suggestions. If you want to do more, there's a lot of tools online also. Tool number 4 is detoxing your body. And before I continue, I do have to just put another disclaimer in, saying that these are just suggestions, and consult your doctor if you have any worries or concerns, or moving forward if you want to do any of these things that I mentioned. Okay, now let's get into it. So there's a lot of detoxes and cleanses online, so you can go check that out. But some of the things you can do is like a water fast for a day, or like they usually say it's like 3 to 7 days are beneficial for a juice or water fast. So you can do a juice or water fast, or a smoothie cleanse, or you can just eat clean, and that would probably take a bit longer as well, but it does help. And I've been on a juice fast recently myself, So I know that it's definitely, my mood has shifted. I've had a pretty good mental health recently, and I've really enjoyed it. I've had a lot of energy, and I would suggest just doing that for a couple of days, and I'm sure that will also be beneficial for you. But apart from that, what we can do to clear and cleanse our body would be, reducing or not having alcohol, reducing or removing or not having coffee, not having processed food. Try and reducing like your meats and your chicken and your fish. Like, to be honest, when I found out that trauma of the animals that you eat gets stored into what you're actually eating, and that's actually being consumed by you, and you're actually eating that, and that can affect your, not only when it comes to dairy and meats, that it can affect your hormones, but it can actually affect your mood as well. Because imagine you're eating all the trauma of either the death of the animal, or all the trauma that the animal has experienced over their lifetime of when they were alive. And that is not good at all. It's going to be quite hard on your emotional system. I know, after I'm actually a vegan now, so I know when I gave up meat and chicken and fish for the last couple of years, because I was still new to it, I might have had a few things here and there, but I remember there was a few dishes that I think I hadn't had in years, and I really wanted them because I hadn't had them for so long, and they were like meat dishes. And I remember it was like maybe 2 times in a row, and I remember every single time I got back home after having a meal, I would feel down and I'd feel upset. What's going on with me? Why have I gone down? And there's nothing wrong. And it was actually because of the meat, because nothing had changed. Like, there was no like events happening or anything. It was simply the meat that had shifted in that period. It was crazy how just by not having it and then having it, and seeing how your mood has been affected by it. I do think to reduce that, or even just have it, like, even if you don't want to give it up, but have like a week cleanse of it and see how you feel. Does what you eat affect you? Because comment below if it has been affecting you, because I know it does affect me, and I know it affects everyone else, because our vibration, like the vibration of certain foods also are very acidic for your body. And and then you have to look at the foods that are actually alkaline for your body. So what's actually been acidic? Coffee is very acidic for your body, and meats can be acidic for your body as well. Fruits and vegetables are much less acidic, and it's actually much more alkaline for you and for your body. So it's about like going on like a 10 days here of just having alkaline foods, and having, or not having acidic foods, or doing it for one day, or doing it for half a day. Anything can improve your mood and your environment, and this can really help you also with your depression, because food can really affect your mental health as well. So it's really good for considering that as well. I've been really learning about food for the last couple of years, and how it can and has affected my mental health as well. And not only my mental health, but my physical health as well. It's also good to reduce or remove cigarettes, or IQOS, or vapes, or any other thing that you use that's related to smoking, and just taking a break from it, because you're just putting a lot of toxins in your body. So detoxing all of that and taking a break from it for a couple of days, or even just reducing it every day, or just trying to see what you can do. I know it's hard. And you can also go to a place or get someone to come to your house to do IVs, and that can really help boost your immune system and your mood as well. Obviously, breathing and meditation and yoga is really good as well to detox your body, and also massage is really good for detoxing your body. I go for an energy healing massage. Oh, it's really good. So consider it. Or even just have a friend or your partner massage you, can also help as well. Also, a sauna is good, and colon therapy is also good, like to really clear the colon, especially if you have anger issues. Colon therapy is really good as well to do. Foods that are good for detoxing your body include lemon, ginger, garlic, artichokes, beetroot, green tea, cabbage, fresh fruits, watercress, turmeric, asparagus, grapefruit, avocado, kale, spinach, blueberries, blackberries, sunflower seeds. Like there's lots of different options. Also, people have issues with, like, when they have depression, they have issues with like heavy metals. So usually they have like a lot of heavy metals which need to be kind of reduced, and so it's good to go on a heavy metal cleanse. And there's like a lot of ways you can do that, like that you can find online. Some of the foods that could be good for it is blueberries, cilantro, spirulina, barley grass juice powder. Also, I did mention obviously yoga and meditation, but really exercise, doing something like even just dancing, walking in the house or outside, or going for a walk, or being around nature can do wonders. Any exercise that you enjoy is the most important thing to do. All of these things will be so beneficial for you, and doing this can really impact your mental health and just can also help detox the body as well. Let me know if you are going to do any of the suggestions that I have put down below. It would be interesting to see if you're going to consider doing anything, or I've sparked an idea in your head. And let me know if this has helped you down below. And I look forward to seeing you next time. I think that will be it for today. And please subscribe and click that notification bell, and like this video if you have liked it, if it's helped you, and share it with anyone that you think might benefit from it. You are not alone, and have a great day. Mwah. I'm sending you lots and lots of love.